So if you couldn't tell, summer ended a couple of months ago now. So I thought this would be the best time for me to create my summer wrap-up end of summer video. It was a great summer and I had a lot of fun, and one of the best things, one of my favourite things about summer 2015 was its variety, and it was that variety that led to some wonderful experiences. I created a video to kick off the summer, and within that video I asked my future self some questions that I could answer when looking back on the summer. So here I am now at the end of the summer, looking back at those questions. Question 1, what was the funniest moment of your summer? The funniest moment of my summer has to be us playing Heads Up, the game, in Spain. Sadly, due to some technical problems, I will never actually be able to make the footage we shot into a video, mainly because there wasn't any audio for about 80% of the footage. But there was a moment in the game where myself and Joe were trying to get Will, who had the iPad, to guess ABC by the Jackson 5, and it was so funny. It led to some hilarious moments, and it kind of became this running joke throughout the entire trip. Question 2, when did you feel the most tired? That had to be getting off the plane in Florida after going out clubbing the night before, celebrating results, and going out clubbing until getting the 5 o'clock train home, and then within 2 hours being in the departure gate at Gatwick, and then having the flight to Florida, and then getting off the plane in Florida. I was pretty knackered by then. So that was probably the most tired I felt during my summer. Good times though. I wouldn't change anything. It was brilliant. I loved it. Question 3, how many videos did you make this summer? I made 32 videos this summer, which I'm very proud of, and I'm glad they've been well received, so thank you for that. Question 4, which was your favorite video? My favorite video would probably have to be definitely hiking day 4. Reasons for that being, it was the final video in that series, and that trip was one of the highlights of my summer. Plus, I love making montage type clips, so any video that I can put slow motion clips to music is a great video in my mind. Question 5, was the summer better, as, or worse than you expected? I'd say as expected. Now, it's not a bad thing, because I had very high hopes for this summer. But luckily my hopes were met, and the summer lived up to the very high expectation I'd set for it. Question 6, if you could go back and relive 1 hour of your summer, which hour would you relive? There were so many great hours of my summer. For example, during the second last day on our hiking expedition, it was like late afternoon, and we were walking through this forest kind of wooded area, and we had a break, and we sat there. We must have sat there for about an hour, having this gloriously long break. It was such a wonderful moment of relaxation in the middle of this forest with the sun gently shining through the trees. As a group, we just relaxed there and talked and chatted about various things. It was brilliant. But I think if I could go back and relive 1 hour, it would probably be the final night of the Spain trip, where we had a barbecue up on the roof. It was such a pleasant evening. The weather was warm, the music was chilled. I mean, good food, great friends, glorious atmosphere. I couldn't really ask for much more. Question 7, do you feel ready to start university? Well, I'm now a month into university, and I'm loving it. But looking back to the beginning, yes, I believe I did feel ready. I mean, I was naturally slightly fearful, but the fear soon subsided, and I'm loving every minute. I really am. It's so much fun. Question 8, what was that unforgettable moment? I was foolish to think that there would just be one unforgettable moment of this summer. This summer was full of unforgettable moments. Whether it's listening to a live jazz band while sailing down the Mississippi River, or diving headfirst into a lake in Wales, or taking the 5 AM train back after a night out clubbing in London, or experiencing what indoor skydiving was like, or messing about while playing foot golf, or cooking princess pesto pasta in Spain, or climbing a frickin' mountain. There is so much of this summer that will stay with me for years and years. And with that in mind, I think it's safe to say that this summer was unforgettable. Right, well, what can you expect now the summer is over? For the foreseeable future, this channel is gonna pretty much primarily focus on my life here at university. I'll be uploading the projects I create, along with vlogs like these, where I just sit here and talk about things. I also want to get some of my flatmates involved in some videos, and that's because they are great people and they've experienced and done things I've never done, so it'll be really great to get them in some videos. Also, I want to do another Q&A, so if you've got any Qs that I can A, feel free to leave them in the comment section and I'll scoop them all up and we'll get another Q&A done. They can be about anything. They can be about what is it like here, life at university, or they can just be about any random subject you feel like asking me a question about. I've got my first essay due in a couple of days, so I'm going to say goodbye and probably get back to that. Thank you very much for watching, and now I leave you with a montage of my summer, which I totally didn't tear up at when I watched it complete for the first time, and every time since then. Here we go. Oh my god! I need better friends. Wonderful. Nailed it. New Orleans. Hello.
Go again. Wait. Oh, he's lost his shoe. Look.
No.
Wait.
And they turn brown.
He's trying to give his own face.
So I pretty much just hit myself in the head with a baseball bat.
HDNA, Francis.
You're 6 years old.
That won't be the least one. Ideal job.
John, you've been an average co-host. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. We are